Welcome, family. We're going to make a recipe from my friend Nancy. She's calling it Calico Beans, but it's yummy. Come join me. Okay, I hope you can hear me over the air conditioner. We're going to start with frying up the hamburger. And I had it prepackaged. The recipe calls for a pound, but I don't know how much is in here. Maybe a little over a pound. All right, we're going to get that going. I got to open this ketchup. Oh, I couldn't do it earlier. Isn't that weird? Now all of a sudden I've got strength. Hey, that's good. All right, now we're also going to, I've got, my husband bought me a vacuum sealer, so I've been practicing using that. Takes a little practice, something new for me. But I've got like a half a pound of bacon cut up. We're going to cook this all at the same time. This is easy. Once I get this going and warm, then I'm going to throw it in the crock pot. I'm also going to add, I didn't have a whole onion cut up, so it's a half onion. I hope everybody's having a wonderful day. This, of course, will be pre-recorded. It's easier for me to do that. And I want to thank everybody for your prayers for my foster mom. I talked to her and she's doing great. So she's going to go back to Tennessee in August, and she winters in Tennessee. So yeah, she's doing just great. She's tough. Okay, we are going to be back. Okay. This is coming along good. I'm so glad it's the weekend. Oh, tell ya, we had a rough day yesterday at work with that outage. So much of my work I couldn't do. I took a training and that didn't work out too well either. So I don't know. I hope I can retake the training. Yeah, that was really hard. Couldn't get into the files. I couldn't do invoices. Couldn't upload. That 99% of my job I could not do. The only thing I could do was get into my emails and tell everybody that I can't get into their file. So, but that's a good time now to do some training, so I tried. I got halfway through the training and then it wouldn't let me go any further. But it was a perfect day to go through all my emails, and I was able to get into my folders, so I did. I got all my organization done with my folders, and I was able to print things off and do some studying on that, and kind of get caught up on the things that I wasn't able to get done other days. So it was a catch-up day. Okay, this just gonna let this fry just a couple more minutes. I know that people call this recipe other names, but I think my grandma used to make this. I don't know what she called it, but I remember it, and I just never had the recipe. But Calico Beans, that sounded familiar to me. But thank you, Nancy, for giving me this recipe. Okay, now to this, I'm going to add 1/2 cup of sugar. 1/2 cup of sugar. Boy, my dog has just been barking and barky today. Okay, now I'm going to add 3/4 cup of brown sugar. I just don't have enough counter space to have everything sitting out here, so I have to grab as I go. There's my 3/4 cup of brown sugar. I did put some vinegar in a cup, so I don't have to do that gallon jug. Okay, it's 2 teaspoons of white vinegar, 1/2 cup of ketchup, I just opened a new one, so we will get that in there. My husband can have ketchup if it's cooked into the food, but he can't have it plain. Okay, 1 teaspoon of salt. I'll put the recipe, I'll link it in the description, or I'll put it in the description. And 1 teaspoon of mustard. I hope I have mustard. I do. I really have to work on patience. I always want things done now. There's my 1 teaspoon. Okay. And I did change gloves, so you didn't see me do that, but I always have extra gloves sitting here. Okay, now I'm going to add 2 cans of kidney beans. There's 1, I'm draining them. There's 2. Okay, now I'm going to add 2 cans of Great Northern beans. Whoops, can't have that in there. 2 cans of butter beans. I love butter beans. And I got 1 large can of baked beans. Okay. Now I'm going to stir this together. Just going to let it warm up a little bit so that when I put it in the crock pot, it's already a little warm. Yum. This is good stuff. And just for the fun of it, I'm going to change the recipe a little bit, Nancy. You know I do that. I'm just going to add just a drop of hickory smoke flavoring. Just to give it a little more of that hickory. Yes. This will be really good with sourdough bread. Yes, yes. Okay, we're going to let that cook just a little bit and then I'll put it in the crock pot. Okay, got my I got it plugged in. I'm going to turn it on. Start with high. I kind of let this kind of warm up first before I put the food in it because my food's warm. This is warm now. So we're just going to hope it doesn't splatter over everything. There we go. Okay, now we're gonna let this simmer all day. After it comes to a little bit of a boil, I'm gonna turn it down. And this will be our meal for a while. So we will see you in a little bit. We're going to taste test it. For you, it's a little bit. For me, it's all day. Thank you for joining me today for Calico Beans. First bite. This is really good, and it hasn't even, I only let it simmer for like a couple hours. So it's going to be really good. Taste that bacon and hamburger. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for watching all the way to the end. And I'll see you next time for something different. And remember, stay busy and serve others. Bye for now.